when you consider the many complicated pieces of machinery that most of us use from day to day, isn't it amazing that the simple operation of putting up a deck chair can fox most of us? I mean, take a look at this fellow over here. Now, unbeknown to him, we are filming him with a hidden camera. And there's one other thing he doesn't know. We've fixed that deck chair so that it's impossible to put it up. So, welcome to Candid Camera. Here's that deck chair again. It's no longer a personal problem. It's reached committee stage now, so let's leave them to it. We have many means of communication, but probably the most convenient is that of the public telephone box. You find them all over the place. Mind you, we put one the other day in a certain place where a gentleman found it most inconvenient.
I think it should go up a bit.
Yeah, it should go up a bit, yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the gentleman was out when the Candid Camera team arrived, but he returned some time later to discover not only a telephone box in his drive, but Trudy Colross knocking on his door and asking for change.
Are you,
Give me some change, could you? I'm trying to, I want to make a call, actually.
The phone is not connected yet, dear.
No, where's it going? Where's it going?
Going just there, exactly where it is now.
What about my drive?
Could you give me some change? Change of 10p, actually.
No, the phone is not working yet, dear.
But what about my drive?
It's not connected until tomorrow, you see.
Fine.
What about my drive? I don't come in.
Sorry?
What about my drive?
You don't drive in there, actually drive
Yes,
in.
I do. This is, I do not put a phone in front of my house. Whose permission have you got?
Well, we're reciting the one on the corner.
Yes, but I should be asked.
Hmm?
I should be asked. I mean, this is right in front of my house.
Didn't they ask?
No, nobody's asked.
Well, they should have let you know by now.
No, nobody's asked.
You don't use the drive.
Yes, I do.
Well,
This is one of my cars.
The driver's got to come up anyway for the cable laying.
But I don't want the phone box here.
Well, that's where it's sighted, you see.
Well, I'm sorry, but this is wrong. This is my drive. I mean, I pay a lot of money, rates and things here.
You won't be able to use the drive anymore, actually.
Well, this is not it. This is impossible. I'll call my solicitor immediately.
Well, it's not connected yet.
But no, all the same.
We have to dig up the drive to let it...
I don't want it here. But this is my drive. I mean, I'm the owner here.
Is there any way you can get round the back?
Yeah, I haven't got anywhere around the back.
The phone box has got to be actually connected tomorrow.
No, I can't. I can't have it.
You'll probably get a few people knocking at the door for change.
But no, I don't want I don't want the telephone box here.
But if you put a notice on the door saying...
But I don't want it here. I'm going to call my solicitor immediately.
No change given for telephone.
I'm going to call my solicitor immediately.
If you put a notice saying no change...
I don't want it here. You don't understand.
No, you don't need to be bothered. They won't knock at the door.
But this is in front of my drive.
If you put a notice on the door
But
saying...
I couldn't care less. This is in front of my drive. There are plenty of other places here.
No, this
There's a telephone. There's a telephone office there. There's a post office down there.
That's being moved.
I'm going to call my solicitor immediately.
They'll be coming tomorrow.
They won't. I won't let them in. This is my drive. I can't have this in front of my house.
Well, would you like it painted a different colour?
I don't want it. I don't want it in front of my house anywhere.
You see, they won't affect you at all.
I know it's not your fault, but I don't want this in front of my house. I have been consulted. I could have gone to my solicitor, taken the telephone company to court.
Well, they should have told you.
But you can't put in front of my drive a box like this.
It's nothing to do with the telephone manager.
But who is it to do?
It's a television program called Candid Camera. That's it over there. So we won't really leave it there. We'll take it away. No, it's not going to stay. We'll move it immediately for you. But thank you very much for putting up.
Well, not all of us sit on deck chairs. Some prefer the simple comfort of a park bench. But a park bench can have its problems, especially if it's been freshly painted and you didn't see the wet paint sign. Well, of course, the sign and the coat came from the Candid Camera Prop Department, and Arthur Atkins and I took it in turns to wear the coat and sit around a few benches right here in Chessington Zoo. I've got to make a couple of telephone calls, so see you right after the break. Hello and welcome back to part two. I'm having a little trouble getting through here. You see, we've just engaged a couple of temps in our Candid Camera office. And, of course, they don't realise it's the Candid Camera office, but they're just about to find out.
Good morning. Can I help you?
Good morning. Is that Dornell?
Yes.
Oh, my name's Offen. I left a file in the office earlier this morning in the top right-hand drawer, and I need the information that it's got in it. I think I left it in that top right-hand drawer of that.
Is that in the reception? Have I
Yes.
just come in here? In the top right-hand drawer, there only seems to be a telex directory.
I see. Well, I thought I left it in there.
No, there's nothing other than this telex directory.
I wonder if I left it in any other drawers.
Just a moment, I'll have a look in all of them. Hello?
Hello?
No, there's nothing in the drawers. Nothing at all except a directory.
I see. Okay, thank you very much. You sure there's nothing in that top? I'm sure I left it in the top right-hand drawer.
No,
Nothing at all.
nothing at all. Just a telex directory.
I see. Okay,
All right?
thank you. You've heard of Candid Camera?
Yes.
Well, give us a big smile because you've just been on it.
Am I?
Well, I've just one more call to make, and this time it's to an office that has also been installed with the hidden camera, and to a lady who has just been engaged to work there. I won't tell you what this stunt is about, as from the conversation you'll gather the gist of it.
Panda smokeless stoves.
St. James Heating here.
Yes.
Is Mr. Hayward there, please?
I'm sorry, he's just slipped out of the office for a moment. Can I take a message or get him to call you back?
Well, you can probably give me the information I want. We've just ordered, or we're very interested in the new Panda smokeless stove.
Yes.
And we are thinking of installing 20 of them in various flats we're servicing at the moment. Is it possible that you could give me a little bit more information about it, please?
Yes. What sort of information did you require? We haven't got any printed pamphlets yet. We're waiting for them to come in.
Have you any information there at all on it?
Yes. Well, you know that it's smokeless and paraffin burning.
Yes. You have some information there, have you?
Yes, in front of me.
Well, could you read it out to me and I'll take it down, save going back on any points?
Fine.
Take it steady, though, because
Yes, will you say if I'm going too far?
Okay.
The Panda Stove Company
Okay.
announced
Keep going.
their new convector smokeless stove based on the principle of the KS-19 model. It is paraffin burning, but the new nylon resonated wick ensures that the stove is now completely smokeless.
Completely smokeless.
Yes.
Thank you.
Few stoves can lay claim to being completely smokeless, but the new Panda does make that claim. In eliminating the smoke problem of previous models, we have done away with unpleasant odors, smuts, and smoke. The smokeless stove owes its success to the new nylon wick and the rotating device on the splinge pin
Yes.
attached to the gangle plate with a copperized spop rod baffle.
Yes. And that stops it smoking.
Yes. After 200 hours of constant burning, the stove was proved to be absolutely smokeless. Then it says call the office here for a demonstration.
Yeah.
Which is 22 York Street.
Tell me this, as a female, is it attractive in itself, this stove?
Yes, it's a perfectly plain, simple box, really. You can have it in a very wide range of colours so that you could have it fit in with any scheme of decoration.
Because we're most concerned that it shouldn't smoke. We've had lots of complaints in the past of paraffin-burning stoves that smoke.
Yes, quite.
An odour, and you would say that one is completely odourless and smokeless?
Yes, well, I've only just arrived to help this morning, but so I can't give you a long-term guarantee, but I can only say that, you know, it seems fine to me. I'm most impressed.
And would you have one installed in your home if you were having a paraffin-burning stove?
Yes, I would. I think. I'm nervous of paraffin, but this seems to be a much safer thing altogether and steadier, and it looks as if draft couldn't get at it at all, you know, which is so dangerous with paraffin heaters.
Yes. And as I say, we want to install something like about 20 of them. And what I think I'll do is come along, and I'll be down there in about 2 minutes and have a look at this particular stove. Would that be all right with you?
Well, I wonder if you could delay, if I could call you back when Mr. Hayward arrives, because I understand he's got an appointment in about a quarter of an hour, and as I don't know very much about it, I don't know whether I could answer all your questions.
Well, if I could just look at the stove, I can be there in about 2 minutes. Will you be there in that time?
No, I shall, well, I don't really like to be responsible for, showing it to somebody. If you could wait 5 minutes when Mr. Hayward comes back.
Yes, well, I'll send my fellow along and let him have a look at it, Mr. Bissett. Okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Certainly. And you're Mr.
Mr. Papadopoulos.
Papadopoulos.
Yes.
And it was St. James's Heating.
St. James's Heating.
Right.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
And your name is?
I'm Mrs. Goddard.
Thank you, Mrs. Goddard.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Who are you?
Hello, I booked a demonstration of the Panda smokeless fire.
I'm sorry. I've only just arrived. I don't know anything about them. And Mr. Hayward has just gone.
Is this it?
Yes.
Have you been...
I've only just this minute walked into the office, and I've come to man the telephone for 2 hours. And he's coming back, he said, in 15 minutes. I mean, in 5 minutes. In fact, he should be here any second.
Well, listen,
I have no idea what, I'm sure.
My firm were just about to order 100 of these. I mean, would you recommend them?
Well, for all I know, it may be something perfectly simple that's gone wrong, you see. I mean, obviously, on the face of it, it's a dismal failure.
Are these leaflets on it?
Yes. It's one leaflet. There isn't anything printed. I'm sorry. It really is a rather...
What about this copperized rod baffle? What's that?
Well, I'm afraid I don't know, you see. I just come to stand in and man the phone for 2 hours.
It says here we have done away with unpleasant odors. It's smut.
I know. Do you think that it's going to blow up or something?
Well, should we go over and have a look? I mean, do you know anything about it?
No, I know absolutely nothing. I have come from an agency. I was engaged to man the telephone for 2 hours. I saw Mr. Hayward for 2 minutes. Excuse me.
Certainly.
Panda smokeless stoves.
Hello, it's St. James Heating again.
Oh, yes.
You are Mrs. Goddard, the one I
Yes,
I
that's
spoke to
right.
earlier. Mrs. Goddard, would you please say, when Mr. Hayward comes in, that we're expecting the Candid Camera film along there later today to film a Mrs. Goddard who is going to demonstrate a smokeless stove. Would you give him that message?
Yes, I will. Thank you.
What was the message again?
You're expecting a Candid Camera to be along. Now I know why there are all these lights.
And would you give
I
us a
thought
smile,
it was
Mrs.
a funny thing.
Mrs. Goddard, please give us a smile across the room to the Candid Camera, and thank you very much for being so helpful. And I'll be down to see you now.
What's the matter?
You must know what the matter is, don't you?
What Candid Camera? There's the camera now.
I should think they would bloody well.
Well, no doubt many of you have asked yourself the question, how does it feel to be caught on Candid Camera? Well, to answer that question for you, here is the lady you saw involved with our smokeless stove, Mrs. Goddard.
Hello.
Mrs. Goddard, nice to have you on the show.
Oh, thank you.
And tell me this, we saw how you reacted at the end of that stove, but after you were aware it was Candid Camera, exactly how did you feel?
Well, I felt very angry at first. I really did. Because I thought I'd been an awful idiot to be taken in like that.
But you feel all right about it now?
Oh, yes. Yes, I do.
I mean, you do appreciate the joke?
Oh, yes, of course I do.
Otherwise you wouldn't be here, that's
No,
for sure.
that's perfectly true. I wouldn't have forgiven you.
I must say, you know, during that conversation with you on the phone, you were very loyal to the product. I mean, there was that stove smoking away, and the moment I said I was coming down to see you, you tried to put me off. I thought it was very good.
Yes, it was dreadful. I gave up in the end. I thought, oh, well, perhaps that other man will come back, and it is, after all, his stove. But I did what I could, because it's what you're paid to do if you're a secretary.
Did you tell your family at all about this after all?
Oh, yes, I've told my son.
How did he react?
And, oh, he laughed and was very tickled and said, fancy, after all you said about people being taken in, you were caught yourself. And, but he's rather pleased about it, I think, really.
Mrs. Goddard, I would like to thank you very much for being on Candid Camera, but before you leave, I've got a little present for you.
Oh.
There you are, a smokeless stove.
Oh, I didn't think I was ever going to see that again. A horrible thing.
Hello? Yeah. No, we're on our way in now. Yeah. Put the kettle on. Yeah.